Facets versus filters. I think that's one of the most confused aspects in search in general. Like, what are facets, what are filters, and what's the difference? When you look at it, it's actually quite easy. For me, facets is something more of a UI thing and a control for the user, whereas filters eliminate search results. So that's the key point. Facets do not eliminate search results. They are used in the front end by the user to limit the search result to a more specific set. So their use cases are quite different. Facets are especially valuable when you have a very general query. So for example, if the user searches for t-shirts, you do not have a query that really gives you a specific indicator of what he's looking for. So here you want to return facets that enable the user to give you more information what he's looking for. So you would, for example, give him the ability to filter down the t-shirts by size, by colors, or whatever other attributes you might have that might be of value. So the user has a specific results which fits to his intent. Another one could be, for example, brand. In filters, you probably have a query and that's a little bit more elaborate and more specific. So for example, if the user searches white t-shirts Nike, you have two additional attributes you can filter on. You have the color, white, and you have the brand Nike. You extract those and filter down your search results, so only results are returned which are by Nike and have the specific color. And in the end, that's exploration versus exploitation. If the user already gives you a specific query, return the relevant results. Lead him faster to what he actually wants. If the user is still exploring, indicated by a really unspecific query, give him the ability to do so. And here you can see it. Facets are most often implemented basically as a sidebar. So here you're basically looking across different sites. That's an example from Elastic. And on the left, you basically have the facets, which you can use to filter down the results, basically by state. And here you see how this would actually look if you implement it in Elasticsearch. Typically, you have two different types of facets. Value facets, where you match specific values. Range facets, where you can match on ranges, for example, on price, on date ranges, on distances. I think you can best imagine how it works by looking at Airbnb. They have ranges, for example, even for the amount of bedrooms. And you also have specific categories. So for example, whether there is Wi-Fi in the Airbnb. When should you use facets? First, your content has multiple well-defined attributes which you can use for the narrowing down. Your users need to explore or narrow down large result sets, and you want to have the user discover available options, and also you actually have the time and the capability to implement the stuff in the front end. How to implement them effectively? Choose relevant attributes. So when you're starting out, select attributes that are meaningful to the user, that the user is thinking about. So for clothes, to, for example, sizes, colors, major categories. And when you have lots of attributes already, take those in the beginning that have a high coverage across the different documents or items. So shirt sizes do not really carry any significance for shoes. And when you're starting out with facets, you make it easy on yourself and make sure you can use them on a large portion of your items and categories of items. Yeah. Talk to you soon.